Okay, so we are going to install Checkpoint Firewall on VMware Workstation. But before going to install, you need to download Checkpoint Firewall, which you can download Gaia from below link. Okay, so click on this link and allow. It will open support center checkpoint.com. You need to go down, and here is a download link. Under download there is security gateway standalone security management. One is for upgrade, but we want clean installation, so click on clean install to download. It will open a new page and it will show you brief introduction about the security gateway, security management. It's all about the Checkpoint Firewall, and this the file which we are going to download. File name is Checkpoint R80.40, which is the latest one. Okay, and this the model, and it will show you product detail, version, minor version. We will discuss all these, and the operating system is Gaia. Okay, again we will discuss all these things later on. Okay, the main thing, you just need to click on download to download this Gaia operating system, and it's going to download the same file which is mentioned here. So when you click here, so it's Checkpoint R80.40. Okay, and it's showing you 1 because I already download, because it's around 4 GB, so it will take some time. So let me stop this one, and I already download. So if I go to download page and go to, yeah, so it's here. I already have Checkpoint. Okay, so you need to download this file ISO. Now go to Kali Linux. So let me cancel this one. I don't need to download, I already have. But this is the way how you can download, and from which link you're going to download. I will mention the link below and a comment box, so you can easily download from there as well. Okay, so let me stop this one. I don't need to download, and let's go to VMware Workstation. Click on a file and new virtual machine, and say typical recommended, and click next. Next, here you need to install a disk image ISO. So click on browse and browse Checkpoint Firewall, which we have, and I show you from where you can download, almost 4 GB. So click on this one and open. So I open here and click next. You need to choose Linux, and it's Red Hat Linux 5. So if you choose 5, it's okay. You can choose 6 and 7 as well. Okay, so I choose here, and then Linux, and here I choose the default one, which is Linux 5, but you can choose Linux 6 as well. Anyway, it's the correct one, and click next. Here you need to give them a name, so I would say Checkpoint, and where you want to save. So let me browse, because I want to save my VMware VMs here. I have a, yeah, this is VM, and let me give them a name Checkpoint. Okay, and let me choose this folder. So I want to save here in D VMs and Checkpoint, and my VM machine name will be Checkpoint, and click next. Now you need to allocate a hard drive. So let me allocate 60 GB. I don't know how much I allocate here, so let's go. Yeah, I already 6 GB, and say store virtual disk is a single file. It's okay, and click next. Now we need to customize, so click on customize hardware. Either click finish, and you can customize from here as well, so it's up to you, but it's better to click here customize hard drive. So the memory, I should give them minimum 8 GB, so I allocate 8 GB hard drive. And let me go to processor, and processor I want to give them 4. It's up to you and up to your requirement. Okay, so, and now what I need to do, these are the interfaces. So let's go to, let them give them 2, so total 8 processor cores. Okay, so I increase the memory, I increase the processor. Now the interfaces, the first interface is for management, so I will make them net. I mention here, by the way. Okay, so customize. My first interface, I can make them management, so you can make them bridge, you can make them net, it's up to you. and LAN, because we need one for management, one for internet, and one for local area network. So okay, so you can set up like this. So it's better to do it the same. The first one I will make them bridge. Bridge means it will get my Wi-Fi subnet, but for that one you need to make your bridge properly. I will show you now, but I need another interface as well. So the first one is bridge. It will get my Wi-Fi subnet for management to access this one. Now I need to add another interface. So click network interface, finish, and add another one as well, and network interface. So let's go to by the way, is they add them after, yeah, it's okay. So the second, this the first one. By the way, it make them, let me delete. They need to make them after this one. So let's add interfaces. Okay, now it's after this one, and click here again and network interface. Okay, this one again is wrong, okay, because it's going on top. So let me remove it. I need after this one, and let's make an interface. The order is important. So the first interface is bridge. I will show you how you can make your interface bridge. Second, I want to use them for a WAN, either internet, so it will be net. And the third one, I will use a LAN segment, which I already created. You can create a LAN segment, as many you want, you can create. So this one will get IP from DHCP, this one will get IP from DHCP, and this one I will assign my own IP addresses. So the first one is bridge, then this is WAN, and this is LAN, okay? And I don't need the printer, so remove the printer, and even no need of display, but just leave it. So these the three interfaces I add, and I change the processor and change the memory, okay? And let's close this one, and let's finish this one. So you can change these details later on as well, like here. Now it's coming 8. So the bridge one, I was talking about the bridge one. Let's go to virtual network editor. And so the net interface is this one, which is used for internet 114. And the other LAN which we will assign. But what about the bridge? So let's change the setting and click yes. It will show you bridge now. So the bridge one is here. It will take IP from my wireless, okay? So you need to change this one. If you are using cable, you need to make them your cable one, your Ethernet. So this is, you know, it's mentioned by name. My wireless name is AC9560. So it will be mentioned here, wireless AC9560. It's mentioned the other interfaces as well, which I have here. So if you are not connected through wireless and you are connected through wire, so you need to make this one. Even you can use loopback as well. It's up to you. For management purpose to access this firewall, it's up to you which one you want to use. So bridge one with that, exactly that one. Otherwise it will not work properly. Anyway, now I have the first one is bridge, and second one is net, and then LAN segment, and click power this virtual machine. Okay, close this one. Now it's coming to two option. So you, an up arrow, you need to choose install Gaia on this system and click enter. Okay, now the bridge one, how I know my interface detail, which IP I need to assign. So if I go to change adapter and click on my Wi-Fi subnet, so my Wi-Fi subnet, in your case it can be different. In my case is 100 subnet. So I can assign any IP which belong to this one, 192.168.100. okay, so I need to assign for management this range IP. Okay, so it's loading, it will take some time. So this, the first one is management, then internet, and then LAN segment, and I change the memory and I change the processor. Okay, next I power on the virtual machine and I choose by up arrow install Gaia on this system. Okay, and next I will click OK, just click OK. So it will come up now. It will take some time to show you. Okay, and after that what I need to do, I need to choose the keyboard, which keyboard I want to use. So we will use the US keyboard, okay, which is the default one, and it's okay for us. So this the option there will show you. So click on tab button. You know, you see it's like a, so you can tab, so it will go to another button. So click OK. Now I told you, so the keyboard I want to use US and click OK by tab. Now it's asking the partition. Okay, the partition you can choose, you can change them as well, like a system swap if you want to change the root one, the logs one, and the backup and upgrade one. But the default one is okay for us. So click tab and then click OK and enter. Now it's asking the account admin account password. So let me admin @12345 and then admin @12345. This is the password I set up and click OK. You can choose any password which is difficult. So in my case I choose the default one. Then I choose admin 12345 and click OK. Next is will ask you the management port. So the first port I told you I want to use for management. Here I mention you that which interface, because it's showing 3 interfaces. This is the first one, this is the second, and this is the third one. So I say yes, I want to use the first interface for management. So click OK. Now it's asking the IP address. I show you which IP I need to assign. The Wi-Fi one, because I bridge them with my Wi-Fi. So if I want to access them properly, I need to give them the same range IP 100. So the 100 range, so what I can type here, I need to come here 100 and let's assign 50. And subnet mask is 255 and gateway is 1. My gateway is 1 because this is my Wi-Fi subnet. And if I go back and show you the gateway, so if I click here, so the gateway is here, default gateway is 100.1. so I choose the same gateway and click OK. You can use DHCP, it will get automatically, but I assign static one. The next is confirmation, yes, and click OK. And now the installation will start. It will prepare to install. Okay, so what I done, 100.50 and I choose the default gateway. In my case is 100.1, and your case it can be different, so you need to choose that one. Okay, even you can choose DHCP. If you don't know, choose the DHCP, it will get IP automatically on that interface if there is any DHCP available. Okay, and after a while, because it will take some time installation, then I need to click on OK button. Okay, so let's go back. So it will take some time and then I need to click OK, and the package installation started to copy file. Okay, so it's starting now. And next what we need to do, after the installation is completed, it will ask you to reboot. And after reboot, we can type the IP address which we set up, which is 192.168.100.50, and it will give you a warning, certificate warning. You can proceed in that one, unsafe, and then we can access the checkpoint firewall graphically like this. So here you need to type the same admin and the password which we set up. The password we choose admin @12345. You remember it was asking here the password. So we set this password. You need to type this password to access checkpoint firewall. Okay, so let's go back. So it's almost 70% done. Okay, so we done this step. Now we need to come this step. Okay, and then we need to reboot, and after reboot we can access checkpoint firewall easily graphically. Okay, on the same IP which we set up. In our case is 192.168.100.50, and your case it can be different, or maybe it can be the same one which you can assign. Okay, so let's go back. It's almost done. So let me pause the video for a while. When it's done, I will come back to show you. Okay, so the installation is completed, and now it's asked me to reboot. Okay, so click on reboot and it will reboot. Okay, so this is the last option it will show you. It will take 5 to 6 minutes depend on your environment. Okay, and just click reboot. It will show you this IP. it say that type HTTPS 192.168.150 to login, okay, graphically, and we already know this is the IP which we set up. Okay, so let's go to, so it will restart. It will take some time to reboot, and when it's reboot we can type this IP in our browser to access Checkpoint Firewall. It will give us this error, certificate error. We know this one, it's okay, we can proceed with this one. So let's go again. It will take some time to show up because it will take a time to reboot. So let me pause the video again. Okay, so it's reboot, and it said this system is for authorized use only. You can type admin and password was admin at 12345. So we can log in here as well. And now let's go to any browser and type the same IP with HTTPS 192.168.100.50. And if everything is okay, it will show you this page. Click on advanced and proceed on safe. And here you can type the same thing, admin and admin at the rate 12345, and click login. Okay, so here it will show you welcome to Checkpoint first time configuration visit. It say you are using VMware, it's true, and click next. Here you need to choose a setup. We are not using recovery or any other thing, so we need continue with R80, which is our latest firewall configuration, and click next. You can choose the you can use the default one. Click next. This is the Ethernet 1, the first interface which we set up 100.50. If you want to change anything and if you want to configure IPv6, so just on this one and you can type IPv6 as well, but we don't need. And this is the management interface, and click next. These are the other interfaces we don't want to configure right now. We can configure later on, so I will say next. Here is the host name, so let me give them host name gateway firewall, and this is the domain name. Right now we don't have primary DNS. Let's put 8.8.8, and this is the secondary one, and we can put these later on as well. If we are using any proxy, you can put the proxy detail. If your connectivity in the internet is through proxy, but we don't have, so let's click next. This is the date and time setting. Okay, you can change the date and time. Right now we are in Saudi Arab, so let's go to Saudi Arab. Either you can use the default one and you can change them later on as well, so it's not a big deal, by the way. Okay, so let's choose Asia or something, Singapore, and Middle East as well. There is let's choose anything. Let me remove the S because it will show only related to the S1, but I want to use, let's go to Riyadh, and so let's go down. We can change this later on, by the way, but it's better if you want, so you can change them right away now as well. And I believe we are in 4 or 5, so let's go to time zone 5 changes. Let's go down. Here is Riyadh Asia. We are in 3. So I choose Riyadh, and if you have NTP, you can set up NTP as well, but right now we don't have NTP. We can set up later on, and click next. Okay, and now this asking what you want to install. You want to install security gateway and security management, either multi-domain. So right now we want to install standalone, so I will choose the first option and click next. Now it's asking me you want to use this Gaia for security gateway and security management, both either separately. We will discuss security gateway and security management, that what is the difference and why I want to use. But anyway, right now I want to use for both purpose, because I want to use 2-in-1. I want to install both in one device. Okay, and I will choose next. This is the admin password if you want to change, but I want to keep the default one. They say who can access this 100.50 management IP. So you can specify the specific system. so they can access. So this is a restriction if you want, and you can put a network as well, and you can put a range as well. Administrator or security engineer IPs, so they can only access this management IP, and rest of them will not access. But anyway, I say no any IP address because this is our lab. So it will install security gateway and security management. Okay, and if you want to send your data to checkpoint, so you can check this one, otherwise you can uncheck and click finish. And they say this will start the configuration process, or you want to continue. So yes, this is what we want, and these are the steps to complete: verify configuration, security gateway, security management, compatibility packages, and then it will finish. So the first one is done. So it will take some time, and then you are finished, and now then you can log in easily. Okay, so it will take some time, 2 to 5 minutes, depend on your setup and our resources. So let's see, it will take some time. Let me pause the video for a while. Okay, so it's done. Okay, all these, and it's showing you must restart the system in order to finish the configuration. So click OK, otherwise after 30 seconds it will. So let's click on this one, and this checkpoint firewall will reboot. So the system is going down for a reboot now, and after that I can access checkpoint easily with the same IP graphically. So let's see, it will take some time. Okay, only 2 to 3 minutes to reboot, and then we can access again with the same IP. Okay, so let's go to clear this one and just wait for a while. Okay, so it's starting the system. So just a minute, hardly it will take 1 to 2 minutes to reboot, and then we can access them by the same IP. So this IP is still not reachable because the system is not yet rebooted. Okay, we need to wait for a while. It's come up, and let's click here, and now it's come up, and here you can type admin, and password we set admin at 12345, and now we can log into checkpoint firewall graphically. It's done. Okay, and here you can see this the kernel version, this the edition, this the build number, and the system is up 1 minute because we just turn on. Okay, and the blades we cannot use them because we need to download smart console, which I will show you in next video. And this is our checkpoint security gateway 8040, and these are the detail: network management, system management, and we can configure a lot of things from here. And this is the first interface which we assign the IP address, and we can assign other interfaces IP from here easily. This is why I told you we can assign later on as well. Okay, so this was how we can install checkpoint on VMware Workstation.